Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 8 of Short, Fat, and Balding, a podcast by armchair quarterbacks for armchair quarterbacks. I am Travis, one of 3 hosts who will navigate you through sports debate for the next couple of hours. We also have Nico.
I have no idea how to breathe.
and James.
Looks like Aladdin.
What? All right. Today we're going to talk NFL Week 3, a mega lull Broncos fans, college football Week 4, and how the Cinderella story has returned to its pumpkin. And guys, it's finally the NHL preseason. So all that waiting that we have done is over. Yeah, guys, all that and probably a lot more on this week's Short, Fat, and Balding. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Nico has earned himself his first gold star of the podcast because he broke me. Guys, the NFL this week was topsy-turvy.
You can say that again.
I'm not going to lie to you, Nico. For 45 minutes, I thought the Giants might pull a miracle.
I thought they were gonna, and then they just shit their pants in the last 10 minutes of the fourth.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Because I was
disappointing.
I was sitting there watching that, and I was like, "Yo, Thursday nights are crazy right now. What?"
Yeah.
And then the real Giants stood up, and they were like, "Oh, right."
Yeah.
They did the total opposite of what they did last week.
Exactly. They fucking figured their shit out against the Cardinals, and then just decided not to play football ever again.
Yo, I just want to say that there's like a TikTok, or maybe I know it's a TikTok. And it's Danny Dimes like trying to read the 49ers defense, and his eyes are going 500 directions at once. It looks like it looks like a cartoon boxer that got hit in the head. It's fucking great.
Yep, I'm well aware of what you're talking about.
Maybe that's a thing though. Maybe just all New York quarterbacks see ghosts all the time.
Is this including Josh Allen, or are we only sticking to New Jersey?
Josh Allen throws to ghosts. Does that count?
Yeah, it does. That's solid.
It's like my guy's over there somewhere, and they're like, "We're on defense."
I will say this:
throwing picks from the sideline.
Nico, given the performance of the rest of the division, save the Eagles, I would say that the last 2 weeks for the Giants is trending up because they held in there against the 49ers. And they got it together against the Cardinals. So I think they're trending in the right direction.
We've got a fucking gauntlet coming up here soon.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the NFL. It's never easy. Unless you play the Broncos.
Easy, everybody would do it.
Browns Titans just reaffirmed the fact that Myles Garrett's probably the scariest person in the NFL.
Yeah, I texted my brother this morning, and I was like, is Derrick Henry falling off, or are the Titans just bad? And he goes, yes.
Well, I mean, Derrick Henry's
I think it's a mixture of both.
Back.
You got to keep in mind, too, the way he runs. He runs so physical. You know, you get guys like Saquon who can make it maybe 12 years. Henry's got to be coming on his way down by now. The way he just, with the physicality that he runs with, there's zero chance he can maintain that for an extended period of time.
I've got him on my fantasy team, and I don't think he's averaged 10 points a game.
How old is he?
I think he's about our age.
Is he that old?
Yeah. Because you got to think he was on the Alabama team with Mark Ingram.
He's 29 years old.
Yeah.
So
he's our age.
He's coming up on that,
he's averaging 1.8 yards per carry this year. Oh, no, that was that game. Okay, let's go to the whole season. 2023 rushing. He has 51 carries for 163 yards, averaging 3.2. He's only got 1 touchdown. He doesn't have many carries. 51 carries in 3 games is not a lot. And I think the problem is that they've been down.
He's gone 15, 21, 15.
Yeah, but he was like a 30-carry workhorse his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they have to utilize
him
more now that they don't have A.J. Brown.
Right.
He's looking at 1,765 carries for his career. That's the physicality that he runs with. That's actually a lot. And he's asking a lot out of that body, especially getting up to 29. Don't get me wrong, he's a freak. So he's a freak in nature. So realistically, he probably has another 5 years in the league if he wants to, but he's not going to be King Henry anymore.
I will never forget last year, I think it was. Last year, week 1, the Giants playing the Titans. Fucking Mr. Irrelevant duplexed Derrick Henry.
Brock Purdy?
Just absolutely no. The one from the year prior.
The image of Brock Purdy
Tay Crowder.
suplexing Derrick Henry was pretty great.
Tay Crowder. He was taken like 256th overall or however many fucking picks there were. And he absolutely just laid a hit stick on Derrick Henry. It reminded me of the Derwin James hit on Travis Kelce.
To be fair,
It was the exact same play.
To be fair, if you are on one of those New Jersey football teams, you are Mr. Irrelevant because no one cares.
Okay, first of all,
What?
you being
Tell
a
me about
Bengals
it.
fan, you being a Bengals fan have had zero room to talk about
How so?
anything when it comes to being irrelevant.
How so?
What do you
Even
mean,
when
how
we were
so?
irrelevant, even when we were
The
irrelevant,
70s?
we still had. Oh, dude, the 70s. None of us were alive for that.
Right, that's the last time the Bengals were relevant.
I'd say they're pretty relevant right now.
What's there to show for it?
Back-to-back
overpaid
AFC
quarterback?
Championship appearances. Yeah, but at least our
And-
overpaid quarterback is doing something. You guys paid $40 million a year for what? For what? You should just given that to Saquon at this point.
I agree. We
Danny
go over
Dimes.
this every
Danny
fucking
Dimes is
time.
Danny Dimes is above mid. Danny Dimes is great. No, he's not. He's
I didn't
irrelevant.
say he's great. I have never once said that Daniel Jones is a great quarterback.
Hey, listen, he's just a fast Zach Wilson. All right, who else we got for the matchups?
Oh my god.
Say all you
drive
want.
me-
They aren't
drive me
going
nuts.
anywhere.
I'm
Like a
not saying the
Prius stuck
Giants
in the
are
mud.
going any. Actually, that would probably work out well for them with the mud tires.
Actually, you know what? They might be okay because they're really light.
The torque. The torque that an electric engine puts out, insane. But either way, you can't
Trav
say
even here?
did you not? No, he texted us. He said to keep talking. But you can't say that everyone in a New Jersey football team is fucking Mr. Irrelevant because you're right, we don't have much to show for anything, especially in recent memory. But at least mine has in the last 15 years won a Super Bowl.
That's fair and all, but I mean,
Trav's
in terms of
has in the
relevancy,
last.
you can be relevant for a year. I would rather, honestly. So, as a Bengals fan, we didn't win a playoff game for 30 years.
You're talking a lot of shit coming from where you're coming from.
Yeah.
We didn't win a single playoff game for 30 years. We were a joke for 30 years. We're finally making noise. We're finally there. I'm gonna fucking pound on my chest a little bit. I mean,
you're not there though because you can't win the big game.
We can. We will. The notion that Joe Burrow's not going to have a Super Bowl ring before he retires is kind of foolish.
I mean, it all comes down to your GM,
which we don't even have a GM. So
right. So the thing, I mean, you think about it. The Chiefs have done what they've done because they've kept weapons around Patrick Mahomes. Howie in Philadelphia is a fucking wizard. I don't know how he does what he does. The relevant franchises, after they sign that big contract for their quarterback, they still finagle to keep pieces around, and that's the phase that Cincinnati's in. Now that Joe Burrow's been paid, how do they keep the pieces together?
Fuck a ton of money.
And that's true, but you got to keep in mind it's also a new management. There's new management across the board.
After this year.
What's that?
T. Higgins is gone after this year.
Yeah, that's why they drafted Yoshi and Jones.
Are you guys talking about the Bengals game, or are you just talking about the Bengals because you shit on the New Jersey?
No. Yeah, he shit on New Jersey, so here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving away from Browns Titans, Lions Falcons. Who the fuck are the Falcons? Are they the Falcons that played on Sunday, or are they the Falcons that started out 2-0?
Open up that game for me real quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, I I have no idea.
Oh yeah, Mr. Top 3 running back had 33 yards.
Yeah, nah,
How many touches?
You do look kid 10 carries, 3.3 yards a carry.
Ouch. That's not indicative of a top 5 running back.
I mean, the whole team.
The whole team
mean,
shit their pants.
It's like the
I'm
whole
not going
team
to
had
disagree with that.
245 yards total offense.
Cool.
And I mean, he had 10 carries. So let's not just shit on him solely.
Aiden Hutchinson with another fucking turnover, man.
No,
That
I'm
dude's
shitting on
nuts.
you for your dog shit take last week.
Yeah, that was a pretty shitty take.
No, I'm saying right now, if I'm starting a franchise and I need a running back,
We're
I'm
not talking
looking
about
at
starting
Bijan
a
Robinson.
franchise. We were never talking about starting a franchise.
Okay, but
we
what
were
I
talking
said
about
was
the
he is
fucking
one of the
top
better
running back
quarterbacks this year based on the small amount of fucking
quarterback.
running backs this year. Based on the small sample size we've seen from every running back in the league, I would take him over 95% of them.
James, can you just do a bump of cocaine and wake the fuck up?
I am awake.
Literally.
I am awake.
I'm not saying he's not a good running back, but he has not earned the title of being a top 5 running back in the NFL.
Look at Desmond Ritter's QBR, 11.1.
Still better than Daniel Jones.
Well, that's a really low bar, so.
Thank you for that. I just wanted to prove a point.
Okay, you can prove the point all you want, but what I'm saying is, if I'm looking for a running back right now, so
There are at least 5 that I'm taking over him.
Assuming Chubb's
At
knee isn't
least.
torn apart, I'm taking CMC, Chubb, and that's really it.
So
yeah, you don't watch enough NFL then.
Real question.
That is dog shit take.
The real question out of this matchup is when does St. Brown get his flowers as a top 5 receiver in the league?
I think he earned them the last half of the season last year.
I agree.
I think he,
but
I think he already had him last year.
I don't hear him in that discussion. I hear that that when the Lions come up, he comes up, but he's not in the discussion with the Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. What is it?
He shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be?
He shouldn't be?
He shouldn't be.
Why?
He shouldn't be in the top 5 discussion.
You want to talk about trash takes?
St. Brown shouldn't be?
I don't think so. He's definitely in the top 10, but I don't think he's in the top 5.
Yeah. I don't think
know about all that.
I don't think that Jared Goff is who he is without. Is it Amon-Ra
Because
St. Brown?
you've got Amon-Ra, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've still got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Who we agree, Justin Jefferson's unanimous number 1.
Yeah, J-Jet is. And after seeing him live, he's worth everything.
You've got Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill.
Cooper Kupp had one good year.
Kupp in the top 5
with that. Let's relax with that.
Oh,
Cooper Kupp had one good year.
No.
You're foolish if
Backed
you
it
think
up again last year. Are you serious?
What?
I said he backed it up again last year.
I'm not putting Cooper Kupp above Devontae Adams.
Yeah, there's another name. And then you've still got AJ Brown.
Time out. You're telling me last year he backed it up with 75 receptions for 812 yards?
Yeah, he was on pace for quite a few until he got destroyed. That's why he's not playing this year. Hasn't played this year yet.
He averaged 10 yards. 10 yards a catch. 10.8 yards a catch. He averaged that.
I don't care. I'm still taking Cooper Kupp over St. Brown.
He had one good year. Let's relax with that.
I'm still not sold on Amon-Ra in the top 5.
Dude, come on.
I'm not. Sue me.
He may not have to be in your top 5, but he's in the discussion for sure.
I'm putting him at like 6 or 7.
Okay, but he's in the discussion.
Right, that's a first in, first out number.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not in the discussion. I said he's definitely top 5, but I don't think he quite cracks the top 10. I don't think he's quite cracked the top 5 yet.
I have him floating dangerously on the edge of it.
Yeah, it's pretty much a week by week basis between 5 and 6.
Yeah,
it's like Madden stats. But other than that, I think the Lions are, man, they're good. That defense is scary. Aiden Hutchinson, man, he's on a fucking roll. He got another turnover.
He's on another level.
Yeah, no, he's...
What we saw out of Nick Bosa and TJ Watt the last 4 years, Aiden Hutchinson will be that for the next 4.
Yeah. And he's like got that chip on his shoulder because he's still in Michigan. That's like where he's from.
Playing for his hometown team.
I love those stories.
Fan of those.
Moving on, man, the Saints should be 3-0, which is weird to say,
Yeah.
but they should be 3-0.
They were up, what, 17-0?
Yeah, they kept putting the score up at US Bank, and people were cheering. And then they put it up at the end of the fourth, and people were like, "Oh, it was so funny."
So what does that put? The Packers are at what, 2-1 now?
Yeah, the Packers are 2-1. The Lions are 2-1. The Bears are the Bears, and the Vikings. The Vikings are like 0-3, but they could be 3-0. It's so the Vikings. I'll get to that. They're fucking.
I saw.
They're just finding ways to lose at this point. It feels
I
like.
saw a picture earlier this afternoon that said, "I'm going to keep sharing this until the Vikings win a game." Kirk Cousins is on pace right now for 6,107 yards, 51 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and an 0-17 record.
Right, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's their defense, though.
No,
that's
yeah,
the issue,
their
right?
defense
Their defense is just that bad.
Bad. Yeah, no, it's
Oh
bad.
yeah.
And it's weird because Zim is a defensive coach.
They just don't have the pieces, man. So I was at the game, and they did because you know how, like, when you guys have all been to an NFL game, right?
Yes.
You know how they pick one side of the field to do the starting lineup. They don't do everybody.
Yeah.
They did the defense. I did not know a single player.
Why would they choose to do the defense at a Vikings game?
I'm pretty sure because the defense gets 4 and the offense gets 4 is my guess. We just happened to be on an odd week, like back in high school, and there's like a day 2. That was day 3 that day.
Here's an idea. How about do the offense until the defense shows up for the game?
Yeah, that's fair.
Just an idea.
Did you guys watch any of it?
Yes, I watched the whole time.
No.
Dude. Well, yeah, you did because you're a Chargers fan. Honestly, Nico, were you ready to punch Brandon Staley in the fucking face in that fourth quarter when he went for it on 4th and inches at the 25?
Yes.
What is he doing?
Yes. I don't know.
On his 25?
So they have the lead,
25.
James. They have the lead. They're up 28-24. They have the ball with like a minute 50 left, right?
No, they were up 21-17 at the time.
No. This was in the end of the game.
Oh, because they did it again before.
Yeah, no, this was at the very end of the game. I think it was 57 seconds left, and they have the ball. And granted, and Nico can tell you this, the Vikings were moving up and down the field on the Chargers all day. And I'll give him that, but it doesn't really matter. 57, 58 seconds left, 4th and 1. Brandon Staley decides to go for it. They fail. Give the Vikings the ball at the 25-30 yard line. From their end zone, and they happen to hold them. But like that's the stupidest fucking coaching call I've ever seen in my life. We're literally 66,000 people in that stadium. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah. They did the same thing earlier in that quarter. They were up 21-17, and they went for it on 4th and 1. And I'm sitting next to my buddy Steve, who's also a Chargers fan, and he just looks right at me. He goes, "How the fuck do you not kick that field goal?"
Yeah, you guys couldn't run worth a fuck. I don't know what he's doing going on it for 4th and 1.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
no, Joshua Kelly was non-existent.
The player of the week that I got to witness the player of the week in the NFL, and that's Keenan Allen. 215 receiving yards, and he also had a passing touchdown. So, like, good for him.
For over 40 yards?
Yeah, for over 40 yards. Now, I will give your offensive coordinator credit. I saw that play unravel, and I knew it was going to work because the Chargers had run those out routes like 10, 15 times already, and they had been getting those chunk like 7-8 yards every time. The second that Keenan Allen started going on that out route, everybody on that side of the field bit, and I like watched it. I was like, dude, I was like, it's over. I told my dad, I was like, it's a touchdown. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, look.
Look how wide open Mike Williams was.
Yeah, I was like, Mike Williams didn't have anybody in the same zip code as him. He could fucking get in a wheelchair and wheel himself in the end zone. What the fuck? It was bad.
Didn't he get hurt too?
He did. He's out for the season.
Yep.
ACL?
Yep.
It's classic Chargers.
In figure.
But it was weird, man. Like, I was talking to Nate, and I was like, so, because he was so pissed when they went for it. And then I was like, so they won. He goes, yeah, but I don't know how to feel. And I was like, that's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, no, that is a very fair assessment.
And then Kirk Cousins blamed the crowd noise on why they didn't spike the ball. Yeah, he's like, I couldn't hear.
massive screen in each end zone.
He-
The time.
He goes, I couldn't hear the play call, and it's like, Kirk, you've been in the fucking league for half a decade, or over a decade. Spike the ball. Like, even it's first down or second down, you have an extra play. Just spike it anyways. Right. Even if they're calling a play, just spike it. Be like, I couldn't hear you, so I spiked it to stop the clock and get the play in. They spike the ball there. They get 2 shots at the end zone. Instead, they fucking force it. It gets picked off. Ball game. Like, it's just.
Yep.
The Chargers wanted to lose that game and didn't. It was weird. It was so weird.
Yeah, it felt like they wanted to lose.
Justin Herbert balled out. My dad was sick of him.
I mean, how can 400 plus yards?
Yeah, 405 yards, 215 of which were to Keenan Allen, but he was a man. He was. And
I think another 100 were to Mike Williams.
Yep. And that was up to the third quarter when he was out, when he got taken out.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, that hit didn't look too bad, but I did notice that they brought out the cart, and I was like, I wonder what that's about. But I didn't see anybody get taken off in the car because it's hard to watch both because they were the sideline across from us, so I would have had to not watch the game.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, it was. Out of all things said and done, I'm sad for my dad the Vikings lost, but it was a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, you can't ask for anything better than that.
Like that fucking Jay Jetta touchdown, the 49 yards on the fucking cross route. That place was electric, man. That was nuts. And then he fucking does his little gritty, and everybody in the crowd's doing gritties. I was like, this place is crazy. Hats off to Minnesota fans. They're fans. They love their Vikings. As
they should.
Right. I think that's why they hate Philadelphia so much, because it's the same fan. They're the same fans. It's just Philadelphia's like the more R-rated raw version of themselves, and they don't like that. Like, they're like if you think about it, you have like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. They're the angel fans, and we're the devil fans. Yeah. It was cool, man. That skull chant, being there for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I would say to anybody in the league, if you get a chance to go to US Bank, take the chance. It's very cool. Did I tell you guys about the mascot game?
Yeah, I saw it.
I almost
they do the mascot versus children at halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, but I almost got outed because I was obviously undercover. I was in purple.
Yeah.
But one of the mascots was Swoop, and they announced him, and the boos were so loud that the fucking stadium was shaking, and I was laughing so hard. And this one dude kind of looked at me. He's like, "Why ain't you booing?" And I was like, "This is funny, I was like,
funny story, you see.
I was like, "This is funny. It's a funny situation, I didn't know how you guys would react."
This is my first. This is my first time experiencing this.
It's like first time here, first time, long time.
So, how many other mascots did they have?
I
missed that.
They had Victor, which is the Vikings. They had Swoop. They had Blue from the Colts.
Yep.
They had Bolt. This is even crazier. You'll get this because you're being in the AFC North, James, and the Midwest all hates each other. They booed louder for Swoop than they did for the Bears mascot.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. No, they fucking hate Philadelphia. It's funny. I guess it's because we kicked their ass the last 5 years, and we play every year because they've been winning the division. But so it was those three. It was Benny, the Chicago Bulls mascot. They had the Bird mascot for their soccer team. I can't even think of what his name is or her name is. They had the Braves mascot, who's my favorite mascot.
Oh, Blooper?
Yeah, he was nuts. They had the Golden Gopher. Well,
and
we'll get.
Don't they usually bring in Gritty?
They did not bring in Gritty. They had They had NJ Devil, which made me want to fucking hang myself.
Ew.
Yeah. Out of all the hockey mascots they pick that one.
Trash. Yeah, no, you got to bring in Gritty for that.
Yeah, that's what he's made for.
Mm-hmm.
He's made for crazy shit like that. Although, did you fucking Swoop, man? He stiff-armed a kid so hard that I was like, this kid's mom is here, and he just didn't care. The kid, it's almost like he picked him up and threw him at the height that he was at, and then he's over in the corner, and one of the kids has him by the ankle, and he's just literally like the kids would go to tackle him, and he'd grab him by the back of the head and throw him out of bounds. And he just threw like 3 kids out of bounds before he finally got tackled.
Jesus Christ!
I was like, this is gnarly.
Can't think of any reason why they would boo Swoop. It's not that they hate the Eagles. It's that he's out here fucking chucking little Minnesota kids across the fucking field.
Oh, it wasn't Swoop, buddy. It was Blooper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Blooper was the one disrespecting all the kids from Minnesota.
Jesus.
I saw Blue did disrespect one too.
Yeah, he fucking like tackled him, and then he did his like little like pelvic thrust thing that he does over top of him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the equivalent of when we were playing Modern Warfare 2 and you just start teabagging the enemy after
Basically,
you get a
like,
kill.
Swoop was low.
That is exactly that.
Swoop was low key. Benny picked up a child on a blitz, picked him up, and then rushed the quarterback, set the kid down, and tackled the quarterback.
Jeez.
That is the greatest thing I've ever
I was like, I
heard.
wonder if these kids thought they had a chance.
My God.
I think they're signing waivers.
They have to know something, because you're not going to go out there and like break kids' hearts. They have to be like, listen, you're not going to win. Just go out there and have fun. Because like the whole point of that is just to, I mean, it's kind of barbaric. Because like the whole point of that is to watch little kids just get hustled in front of you for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's whatever. They should do that.
I'll see Brutus come.
They should do a mascot game from hockey. Could you imagine just seeing a fucking 8-year-old get rammed at 15 miles an hour by Gritty?
You see Gritty just come fucking off his feet.
Yeah, just leaves his skates to fucking smash
Just
some little kid.
checks an 8-year-old in the head.
Yeah, into the boards. Just fucking wham. Yeah, I'm doing that.
I would become a mascot if that became a thing.
Oh, absolutely. I would be like, what do I have to do?
How do I become a mascot for this team?
Derrick Henry's going to revive his career by being a mascot and stiff arming fucking children.
Yeah, it'll be the. I was hoping that the Buccaneers mascot would be there, so I could just see him just taking his sword and just like cutting kids down as he's running down the field.
He says.
Moving on, in my opinion, the most boring game of the week was the Patriots and the Jets.
Agreed.
I think any game involving the Jets is probably going to be a boring one.
Yeah, and Mac Jones, who has the personality of a fucking pineapple.
Pineapples actually might have a little more personality.
Yeah, you're right. He has the personality of a fucking like squash.
He's got the personality of a fucking picket fence.
Nah, dude. Yeah, all right. I know which picket fence you're talking about. I was like, you can give a picket fence life, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, not the cul-de-sac ones.
Like you're talking the picket fence where like the people that live there like think
The
it's
white
like
picket fence
yeah,
that take way too much pride in their fucking gardens.
yeah, the people that live there like think it's like really taboo if you say gosh darn it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have no problem dropping a hard R.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh wait,
Christ.
but I thought you said I have no problem, and I was like, James.
No. But have no problem.
They have no
a hard
problem.
R.
Correct. Okay, we're on the same page
Got
because
it.
I was like, I'm editing that. That's terrible. I'm not allowing you to say that.
Why would I say that? Just out of nowhere. By the way, cool with casual racism.
So
No, we're
but,
not
like-
cool with that.
can we talk about how Dave Portnoy is just like really wanting Mac Jones to be elite, and he's not?
And he never will be.
He comes rushing to his defense every week.
I mean, you kind of have to when it's your team, I guess.
No, you
but-
don't. Look at Jets fans.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
true.
You're right.
Are we gonna skip over the Broncos Dolphins game?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
then we're
just
gonna
thinking the same
finish
thing.
on that. We're gonna. We all know
Sure.
what happened, but I just want to get all these
Absolute
appetizers out of
so-awesome.
the way before we get to the fucking entree.
Yeah, I
Um,
hear you there.
Bills Commanders was a snooze. It was exactly what I expected it to be. The only thing that was sad about it is the Bills didn't get a shutout, so I didn't get the bonus points on my fucking fantasy team. But Texans Jags was shocking.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening in Duval.
Fucking who the hell is
They're
Tank
1-2
Bell?
now?
They're 1-2, and they just got blown out by the Texans. Like I expected them to lose to the
It's
Chiefs.
early though.
I did not
Yeah,
expect them.
it's still early. I mean, you got to keep that in mind. Think about it. Last year, Cincinnati started 4-4 and finished 12-4. They only got to play 16. So
No, they played 17 last year.
Bengals played 16. Bengals and the Bills only played 16
Did
because
you
of DeMar
forget?
Hamlin.
You forget DeMar Hamlin died.
Yep, I forgot he died.
I mean, there's time to turn it around. I'm not selling the Jaguars right now. Still think the opportunity's there. Kind of surprised from the Texans though. I didn't see them as a team putting up 37 points, but
I
the
didn't
question
think
was
CJ Stroud had it in him.
is it a one-off or is it they
I guess we'll
legit?
see come this week.
They got this week.
I don't know.
You said that like you knew the matchup that was coming.
Yeah,
Find out
you
this
did.
week.
You had
Like,
like
oh,
you had
I
such
said,
confidence in that
Texans?
statement, and then we're like, "What does that mean?" You're like, "I don't know."
They're
You
playing the
think I pay
Cardinals.
attention to the fucking Texans and their schedule? I don't even know what
Texans
Texans
are
they are.
playing Pittsburgh.
I don't know. It'd be cool since you're like in a sports podcast to like I don't know, maybe look ahead.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
pay attention. But what are you gonna do?
Right.
It took you 5 episodes to get you to watch some college football,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah,
My expectation is
whatever.
that Nico comes to the table with the bare minimum. Like Nico's the kind of person where if you have a potluck, he brings chips.
No.
Like,
Yes.
well,
No, come on. He shows up with napkins.
right? Okay, so you're bringing the paper plates. He's bringing the paper
Oh
plates to
my
this
God.
podcast potluck, and I appreciate
guys are
it because
fucking
you need the
ridiculous.
plates. You do need the plates,
You need the plates. The
right?
plates
We
You guys
need
are
the
you know,
plates,
fucking
Nico. It's not a
ridiculous.
disrespectful
That's
thing.
enough. That's enough.
you're not just gonna eat off the table, but you
You
know,
guys are you
would've been
are you
nice.
fucking finished?
Throat's a little dry. It would have been nice for you to bring something to drink too, you know. But
Oh my God.
Colts Ravens.
right, so
Yeah.
James, did you eat that up?
oh, dude, yes, that was enjoyable for me.
I can imagine.
Minshew Mania.
Minshew Mania, baby. Although it really
Anytime the
was
Ravens
Matt. It was all
lose, it's a
about
good
Matt
time.
Gay.
Literally. Like, look at that little snippet underneath the headline.
Yeah, Matt Gay kicks 4 field goals over 50 yards, including OT winner as
Under
Colts
that.
beats Ravens 22-9. It's not often a kicker manages to upstage Justin Tucker.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
It's true. Justin Tucker, whose range
true.
is whatever he feels like that day.
I think he's got the NFL record at 66 yards, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Jake Elliott could beat it, but
I think Evan McPherson
Yeah,
could
he
beat
fucking-
it too.
He missed a 56-yarder. I don't want to hear it.
I'm sure Tucker's missed him too.
Missed a 56-yarder and then came back and hit 4 over 40-something yards.
Right. It's not about what you
Nailed a
missed. It's about the
53-yarder.
fact that you can make it, not that you're always going to make it.
He hit 70s during warm-ups. Like
He's not Sebastian Janikowski.
no, but he would just drop a 70-yard field goal and throw in a dip and walk to the sideline like he just kicked the fucking extra point.
I know.
That man was a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protect Sebastian Janikowski at all costs.
He's been out of the league for like 13 years.
What? No.
13 seems a bit much.
Yeah, that's...
Sebastian Janikowski? Did he
That-
not play in the 80s?
What? No!
Who am
Oh.
I thinking of?
I don't know who you're thinking of, but it's not Sebastian Janikowski. He's 45 years old.
Okay, so 5 years.
He
whatever.
last played in 2018.
Yeah, he did have that.
Didn't he
one
play in the
random off-day.
80s?
Who am I
What?
thinking of?
I don't know.
I
He was a
feel like
rookie
there
in
was a kicker
2000.
that
Didn't he
played-
play in the 80s? 20 years
I feel
before
like
he
there
was.
a kicker that played from like 88 to 2010.
Are you telling me
Yeah,
right
he's
now
been on the
didn't play
NFL
in
field
the
since he was a
80s?
fucking zygote.
He was born in 1978. Yeah, he played in the 80s. Oh, he was born in Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
His name's Sebastian
His last name
Janikowski.
is Janikowski.
That doesn't mean he was born in Poland.
No, that is true. There's mad Polish people in the United States.
Yeah, you're right. But no, I really do feel like there was a kicker in the NFL that played from like 1988 to 2010, and I'm not sure who it was.
I will always remember Sebastian Janikowski because Brittany was drunk at a party one time, and she was trying to remember. It was like after he had kicked that wicked long field goal when he was in Oakland, and she was like trying to talk sports, and she was like, "Who's the guy, Mike Wazowski?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's yep, it's Mike
That's
Wazowski."
That's him.
You got it. You nailed it. She's like, anyways, it's got a boot. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna step right over the Panthers because
I'm thinking of fucking Adam Vinatieri.
Who's also not from the 80s.
He played 24
my-
seasons.
That doesn't matter. That's our like lifespan.
Okay, it was 96 to 2019.
Right?
Again, he was 8 in 1980. So from the age of 18 or 8 to 18, he played in the NFL.
I thought
My
it was the
God.
80s. I knew there was just some longevity kicker, and I couldn't fucking remember who it was. All right,
God.
do me.
I'm done with you.
I've been done with me
Was
for the last
impressive
5
though.
years.
He did play until he was 48. That is impressive.
Is Andy Dalton the answer for Carolina?
No,
He might as well be.
361 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Andy Dalton's not the answer for anybody.
He was the answer for you for a bit. You loved him.
He was AJ Green. AJ Green was the answer for a bit. Don't get me wrong. I do love Andy on like what he did for Cincinnati and like in the community. I think he's past his prime now. I don't think he's the answer.
I
I don't
agree.
think he will be the answer for anybody.
He's got a
I think he's an above average backup.
right.
But
I'm just
he's
saying,
not
man.
leading anybody to a Super Bowl.
Adam Thielen has done fuck all season, and he gets an experienced quarterback in there and goes off for 145 yards. Like, I don't think that's a coincidence.
It's not.
Yeah. Oh, Bryce Young he's in concussion protocol still, right?
Yeah. Bro, imagine being the Bears. They got to be so happy that Taylor Swift was at that game because no one's talking about the
God.
fact that they got the brakes beat off of them. They're just talking about the fact that, like, look at this. Patrick Mahomes throws 3 touchdown passes. Taylor Swift celebrates Chiefs route. It just gloss over it. The Bears are just bad.
I got a
Yeah,
ESPN alert this morning that Travis Kelce jerseys sales are up 400%, and they're calling it the Swiftie effect. And I'm like,
and he gained 300,000 followers on Instagram.
This is football.
and he now has a top 5 jersey in the NFL.
Yep.
Can we not?
Can we not what?
I mean,
What do you not want us to do? None
Dude,
of us listen to Taylor Swift.
right, yeah.
Sports-
What are we
No.
not gonna do as the three
Just-
of us?
The sports world is dominated by Taylor Swift, and it's frustrating as hell.
The sports world is, or the ESPN sports world?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Both,
See,
okay.
here's the thing. I'm on the sports side of TikTok, where my TikTok is literally just sports and card breaks and a little bit of comedy thrown in there, but
Card breaks?
card breaks.
Yeah, like when they
for,
break
like, trading
breakers.
cards? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys didn't
And
even
when
respond to
I-
my fucking picture I sent you guys.
I pull up TikTok and I get
You
on
send
there
us
and
a
I
picture?
expect to see,
Yeah,
my
I
Annie
bought-
Agar and my, just my heavy sports stuff. First like 10 videos were Taylor Swift at the Chiefs game, and I'm like, I don't want to be on this side of TikTok. I'm not a Swiftie. I have a feeling it's just gonna get worse.
It
Oh,
is.
Upside though, she's probably gonna put out a fire album after this.
Yeah, Dan Patrick was saying that he thought that the whole thing was like a music video for Taylor.
Yeah.
Like Travis wore that ridiculous outfit and they drove off in a fucking convertible, and like I was like, it could be.
I mean, it's
Like Travis
those
is
all
known
libraries?
Travis is known to like manipulate and fuck with the media. I wouldn't put it past him that this whole thing's a stunt.
I don't know. She was sitting next to Mama
Mm.
Kelsey though.
Anybody would
was.
sit next to Donna. I'd sell my soul to meet Donna.
Love Donna.
God.
Anyways,
Oh, my
Trav, did you enjoy this next game?
I was gonna say my favorite game of the week.
The
The Arizona Cardinals came to play against Dak Prescott and the mighty Dallas Cowboys, who shat their pantaloons.
The Cardinals were up at the half, and I was like, you know what? I still think they're gonna fucking lose.
And
you just can't.
I'm on social media watching these fucking Cowboy fans, bro. I'm so sick of their shit. They fucking play the victim the second they get the opportunity, man. They're like, oh,
Of course.
everybody's fucking hating on us. One bad game. I'm like, dude, nobody would talk shit to you if you didn't start in fucking April at the draft. Like, Cowboys gonna win Super Bowl. Cowboys best team in the fucking league. Best fucking team in the league. Can't stop us. Okay, best team in the league loses to a team trying to lose.
Literally.
You go, I don't know what you're laughing at. Your Giants almost did it too.
And it's supposed to
Yeah, but they
be
did.
the identity of the Cowboys is supposed to be this like hard-nosed, mean defense, and they give up 28 points to fucking Dobbs.
The fucking dude with alopecia.
Yeah, well, first of all, let's not. What does that have to do with anything?
It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but that's the only reason I would know.
You
who
said
Josh
the
Dobbs
dude
is.
with All right.
That's the only reason
I want you
would
to
know who he
apologize
is.
to anybody with alopecia right now.
Yeah, come
I
on, Nico. That was a
apologize
little
to the
lowbrow.
alopecia community.
I was gonna say the caramel fucking Mr. Clean, and then you hit me with that.
That's not
I don't think so.
Oh no!
But you know,
Just guys.
what?
Oh boy.
Thermal Mr. Clean, really?
What?
Oh, shit.
Have you seen him?
Mr. Clean has eyebrows.
Mr. Clean has eyebrows.
That man.
Oh god.
Oh boy. I can't believe you're trying to find an actual sci-fi comparison of that.
All right, so I'm gonna do a quick one. All right, so there's his picture. Okay. Take
I
away.
can't fucking stand you.
Take away. Are you kidding me? Give him a little earring. Add a little. Oh, it's only a couple shades darker.
It's pretty close right there.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
lie to you. That picture's
ridiculous.
pretty close.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't fucking stand you.
Mr. Caramel Clean.
Oh my god.
You can't
Oh
change my mind.
God. Whatever.
Just between the guy with alopecia and now Caramel Clean.
Listen, I don't think that, like, alopecia's worse.
Does he actually have like a disorder of some sort?
Yeah, he has a skin alopecia.
Alopecia's hair, but okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I meant. I don't know why I said fucking skin.
That's psoriasis.
Well, that's psoriasis. There's quite a few skin diseases, Nico. It's not just psoriasis. The dude, what do you watch too many fucking adult fucking shitty TV shows? And they're like, oh, you suffer with severe plaque psoriasis? Not anymore. With fucking old fucking whatever fucking name generic thing here, and then you see a nice dad out itching his elbows, and then all of a sudden he puts his cream on, and now he's going rowing, and you're like, wow, that's a dramatic change. Like
before he had itchy elbows,
Yeah, like before he
water's not right there to moisturize them or anything. But
yeah,
it's
like
fine.
before he like couldn't go out to he couldn't see water, and now that he's on his eczema medication or whatever, psoriasis.
How did we go from psoriasis? We went from alopecia to psoriasis.
It's the point that there's a lot of skin conditions and you shouldn't make fun of them.
Eczema.
These are serious things that people go through.
You called him Caramel Mr. Clean. I don't want to hear you hop up on your fucking high horse and talk about things we can't make fun of.
I think that's a compliment. Mr. Clean's an icon in this country. Anyways.
Oh my god.
My point stands. Every single Cowboys fan should shut the fuck up for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, that was rough. Oh.
The Steelers play
good
nobody. Lord. The Eagles' front line looks terrifying.
By the way, the medication you're looking for was Humira. I see their commercials all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna call. Did you Google that? Because I'm gonna look for that. Right? I'm gonna confirm right now.
I'm like 95% sure that's it.
That's arthritis.
treats
No.
treats plaque psoriasis,
Oh,
ankylosing spondylitis, Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis. You can fucking hit the trifecta. Do you have rheumatoid arthritis,
psoriasis,
plaque
and Crohn's?
psoriasis, and Crohn's disease? Have I got a fucking shot for you? That is, talk about a fucking home run. The guy.
What was the other one?
What was the other one?
There was one more
Crohn's
too.
disease.
Crohn's disease,
Ulcerative
and then it
colitis.
was ulcerative colitis. Are you telling me skin rashes and ulcerative colitis are the same medication?
Well, it's immunosuppression, so those are all
Okay.
autoimmune diseases, so you could treat it the same way.
Oh my god.
He goes, "It's Humira." I've watched the commercials. and
Those
then
commercials
he's
come up all the
fucking
time.
right. It's like me. When I was a little kid, I used to watch The Price is Right with my grandma. And like when I was
Dude.
when I was 4 years old, I was like listing off the mesothelioma number. You just see it all the fucking time. Has you or a loved one been diagnosed with mesothelioma?
You sound just like the dude.
If so, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Oh, dude, no, it's Camp Lejeune water now.
Yeah, I know.
They're sending me emails. I was like, I've never even served. What are you? They're like,
Right.
I know.
they're
That's
like,
it's
"Did you
funny
do the
because that's
Camp Lejeune
where
water between 30 and 40 years before you were born. I'm like, no.
that's where
Say it
Chelsea's family friends, like their daughter, she works for the USO at Camp Lejeune. I was like, don't drink the water, dude. It's not great down there.
Okay.
So you guys watched the Monday night games, obviously. You watched the Bengals. Dude, Monday night was a show for defensive lines.
Yeah.
For the winning team, anyways.
And
Yeah.
curse? No curse?
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt in the
Nobody
Bengals
got
game?
hurt.
No, I can't think of
Yeah, I
anybody.
can't think of any
It's a
major
good night.
injuries.
Yeah, those I watched. I think probably the first 2 or 3 drives of the Eagles game,
Dude, Jalen
and then
Carter
switched
is
over.
a fucking man.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
a grown man.
It's not fair.
Him and Jordan Davis, bro, you're not running on that team.
No, I don't know how you can. And it very much upset me.
Not when I
because
literally watched the two of them.
Hold on.
Oh,
I had 4 guys going into last night's game. I had Rashad White, the running back for the Buccaneers.
mm-hmm.
I had T. Higgins. I had Puka Nacua and the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I needed to make up 40 points between those 4 players, and I lost.
Yeah.
I also had
Bengals
Raheem
defense.
Mostert.
Bengals defense shut down Puka Nacua.
I had Raheem Mostert.
I was sitting there watching it, and they were talking about, with Nacua, you just got to get your hands on him, and I'm like, all right, that's fair. And I saw Dax Hill playing line a couple times. We're having Trey Hendrickson put his fucking hands on him.
Hendrickson.
Trey fucking Henderson. What? You can fucking eat Puka Nacua. You just but it worked. I mean, it worked. Their D line showed up and showed out last night. Dax Hill showed up last night. I hate Michigan with everything I have, but man, kicking fucking ball out.
My fantasy team is Mahomes, Raheem Mostert, fucking George Kittle, all these big names, and I only needed to make up fucking 40 points, and I lost.
How many points did the Bengals defense get you?
12.
Not terrible.
Rashad White
Actually,
got
pretty good
5.
for a defense.
T. Higgins got 3.
Yeah, something's going on with T. Dropped
He's on his way out.
Nico, I don't want to hear it, man.
last night.
What do you mean you don't want to hear
Because
it?
I had Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and Keenan Allen and lost.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I didn't lose in that league, but I lost in the other league.
I was going to say, you most definitely did not lose.
No, I dominated
Aaron
James'
Rodgers and Nick Chubb in a league. Haven't logged back in.
That sucks.
After week 2, I'm done. Fuck this.
I
fuck
had
this
J.K.
league. Fuck this game.
Dobbins, but I got rid of him, obviously. Okay, now we're going to go to the fucking...
The most interesting game of the week.
Well, yeah, we have to do that. Yeah, okay. Hold on. I got to play some audio for fucking... For
the
Broncos fans.
You know what's
For
funny?
the tens of listeners that we have.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? The part that fucking makes me chuckle is Dolphins coach. What's his name? Mike
McDaniel.
Daniel. He was a ball boy for Broncos, and when they were interviewing for a head coach, they wouldn't even interview him.
I know.
He had to have taken that personally.
Absolutely.
He had to have taken that personally. Like, he was just like, you know what? Fuck y'all.
That's me at Broncos fans.
Yeah. If you were a Broncos fan,
70.
just fucking
7-0. You literally gave up an AARP member of points.
It's a college score.
That's what I said.
Like,
They were like, dude, the Dolphins put up 70. I go, yeah, like the Lemoyne Dolphins. They're like, no, the Miami Dolphins.
I remember Sunday I went into the bathroom and I naturally pulled out my phone and I look and I go,
I thought you were gonna say I grabbed the toaster.
I looked at it and I go, that ain't right. ESPN's messing up. So then I Googled it.
That ain't right.
And I looked again and I go, that ain't right. And then I looked at the stats and I was like, that ain't right. That ain't right. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
We turned that game off. We turned that game off halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
How do you allow 70 points? Like,
I don't know.
they had to have been running up the score.
They had 762 yards of total offense.
Yeah, I know.
That's without Jalen Waddle.
Look at this man.
Right.
This man had 18 carries, 203 yards.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions, 157. Raheem Mostert, he had like 185 yards.
Put in the backup. Mike White, 2 of 2, 67 yards and a touchdown. How?
Yeah, they said Mike White had more fantasy points than like 3 starting quarterbacks.
No, it was more than that.
Like, how do you... I just don't know how you let up 70 points in a game.
It's...
that Devon Achane?
Yeah.
A-Chain.
Achane also had 4 receptions for 30 yards and 2 more touchdowns. This man had 4 touchdowns on the day, and I've never even heard of him.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why.
I wonder who had him on his fantasy team. Good day for them.
Nobody. I don't know
Did you see the
how you do
fucking...
that.
I think I sent it to you guys, the Mike McDaniels like look-alike in the crowd, and they were like the Dolphins were up by so many points that Mike McDaniels was asking fans for plays in the second half.
Yes.
Honestly, should have. At that point, the Broncos should have.
Yeah. What's Sean Payton got
How's
to
that
lose?
ride going, guys? Broncos country. Let's ride. Straight into fucking embarrassment.
There was another meme I saw that said like Russell Wilson with the Seahawks, and it's like him like celebrating a touchdown, and it says Russell Wilson with the Broncos, and it's Tiger Woods' mugshot.
Can I rescind my pick for Sean Payton Coach of the Year?
Nope. Nope, you can't.
At this point, you know what? He might pull it off if
he goes 14-0 the rest of the way.
Even if he goes 14-0 the rest of the way, they're gonna be like, you still let up 70 fucking points.
While we're here, though, which of the 3 0-3 teams do you think has the best shot to turn it around? Denver, Carolina, or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
No hesitation. They're proven. They can do it.
And they easily could be 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not.
I'm just saying, Nico, they didn't get beat by
50.
Obviously, they're 0-3.
Yeah.
They're playing. Every game's been close, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're doing the opposite of what they did last year. Last year, they
were winning all the one.
They were winning all the one-score games. Now they're losing them.
Ebbs and flows.
Correct. But I feel like if they would just put some fucking money into defense, man, they'd win 13 games every year.
Yeah.
But anyways, to the fucking receipts.
That's a win.
Yep. This is a loss.
That is a hard loss.
I'm gonna do all the ones I should have done this earlier. It's just terrible podcasting. I got the Packers right. Got the Dolphins right. Got the Vikings wrong. Got the Pats right. I did this the same way that I did the thing for the time warp, I went 11-5 at the time. So no, Jags
Jags
is
did not
sad.
win.
Ravens is sad. Hawks sad. Chiefs big dub. Bears they didn't win. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all took the Cowboys
Raiders
on
lost.
that one.
Yeah, I think we.
And then those two are right.
Okay, so not do as well.
You went 8-7, or no, 9-7.
So 19.
19-13.
Hey, Neeks. Let's see how you did.
Me or James?
James.
Me.
Yeah. What the fuck was I doing? Was I high? Why would I take the fucking Titans over the Browns?
I think I did too.
Yeah, but you're terrible.
I was ahead of James.
It's so offended.
Was.
Well, James took the fucking Jets. That's a terrible decision.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, that was the Patriots.
Oh, you didn't.
Nope.
You failed.
He didn't take the Eagles.
Oh my god.
That against the Bengals.
James,
He
what
went
are you?
5-11
I
again.
remember he said I got to do something rash to catch up, and so he went fucking.
Mm-hmm.
He went against
He
the
went
grain
5-11
and cost
again.
himself. Yeah, he cost himself. He's 10-22. James, you better get fucking sized up for those overalls.
Oh, it's a long season still. I got some comeback left in me, I think.
The hefty comeback,
I actually took the Packers. Go me.
and you took the Colts.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because I
0%
said
chance.
Minshew Mania is real.
Yeah, you did. Nobody took the fucking Cardinals.
Let's
Nobody
be
took
honest
the
here.
Cardinals.
Nobody in their right mind's gonna take the Cardinals.
And
So
I was the only
looks
one
like
with.
I went
I was the only one with faith in the fucking
the Bengals,
huh?
yeah.
You had one.
So it looks
two,
like I
three,
went 9
four,
and 7
five.
too.
Yeah. Tough
To
sledding
be
over
fair,
there.
it was looking like Joe wasn't gonna play.
Oh, look at that. I'm up to 16 and 16.
I'm only 5 games back.
You are
You're
6 games back.
Long season.
All right.
Well, do you have any more comments about NFL?
No.
No. You want to get our picks out of the way now?
Yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, no, I was good. That's why I wanted to make sure there was no comments before we moved on to the next week.
Oh, okay.
Thursday night, Lions, Packers. Packers home. Detroit only getting 1.5 or giving 1.5. Sorry. That's a tough one.
That is a toss up, but I think I am going to go with the Lions.
The Packers. The Packers. I think they're going to keep rolling. I think they're a lot better than a lot of people expected.
Okay.
I need fucking points.
Commanders, Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles because I'm not gonna go against.
There's
them.
no way. Yeah.
James?
Yeah. I'm not losing out on obvious ones this week, boys.
Watch them fucking lose. Falcons Jags is now spicy. Jags are giving 3.5 or 3. Jags are home. I want to say they're gonna have like a fire under their. It's in Wembley. Jags win that. Jags don't.
Yeah,
lose.
it's in
Jags.
London.
Jags don't lose in London.
Jags. That's their
Yeah.
home stadium 2.0.
Yeah, we're all going.
Why are they sending them to London every year?
Because I'm pretty sure Shad Khan wants them to be the London franchise.
Gotcha.
They're gonna be. They're gonna be because there was this. The University of North Florida did a poll in Jacksonville, and only 27% of people are okay with the city spending any amount of money to help them build a new stadium, and most people were like, I don't really care if they leave. So it's not great for the Jags. Bills, Dolphins, spicy in Orchard Park.
Mm.
Give me the Dolphins.
Tua with his Madden stats: 3 games, 1,024 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
You just put up a 70 burger. It's hard to pick against them.
Nico?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to. I'm going with the Fins.
You guys chance to gain one on me. I'm taking the Bills at home.
This next game's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they were joking today. They're like, yeah, they can't flex.
Somebody flex this to Wednesday at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Just get it out of our face. Because I have to pick a team, I'm going to pick the Broncos because they have the better quarterback.
Do they though?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Russ's stats, he really 800 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's not bad. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos there.
Give me the Broncos. You just they're hard to take.
They are. It's a fucking it's the poo-poo.
It is a bad game.
And then on the opposite spectrum, we have Ravens and Browns, which should be a good game. Cleveland's at home. Cleveland is 2.5-point favorites.
And Cleveland.
Give me Cleveland.
I think Myles Garrett's going to be too much.
We're all going Browns.
I agree with James. I just think that defensive line is gonna. I mean, granted that Lamar's whole game is like running around, but I don't think he's gonna be making good decisions.
You can only run so far because it's not like Myles Garrett's slow.
James, if the Bengals can't beat the Titans, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah, I'm taking the
That is a
Bengals. I'm
big problem.
the sad part
Bengals.
is
The
They-
Bengals.
they should be able to beat them with no issue.
Right.
We'll see.
Colts home to the Rams. Colts 1.5-point favorites.
Yikes.
Oof. Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah, Nico.
Aaron Donald's still
Mhm.
Aaron Donald.
Nico, does
and-
Minshew mania end?
No, it does not. Keep it
Oh,
rolling.
good lord.
Put it in order. That's gonna bother me.
Yeah, it bothers me. I don't know why that happened. Buccaneers at the Saints. Saints 3-point favorites. Does Baker Mayfield bounce back, or does he do that thing where he faces a good team and then loses all of his confidence and shits his pants for the rest of the year?
That's the story I'm going with. Give me the Saints.
The Buccaneers.
I agree, because the Saints should have beat the fucking Packers last week.
I think with Derek Carr being hurt, it's not going to be as easy for him to win.
Now this is the time that the Vikings get on the winning track.
Yeah, if they don't beat the Panthers, man,
Yeah.
at that point it's a fire sale. I mean, what do you do?
Sell the team.
See, look at how is Kirk 0-3, 1,075 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has more passing statistics than Tua. He is better than Tua. By the numbers, he is.
By the numbers.
That's what I'm
By the
saying.
numbers,
By the
yes.
numbers, he is, and yet he's 0-3.
It's the defense.
I know. It's just. I'm just a Kirk Cousins defender. Okay, I'm sick of people blaming him. I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah,
I am also
taking the Vikings too. There's no way they lose this game.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh,
Trust me, I talked to enough Vikings fans this weekend. There's definitely a way they lose that game.
I was gonna say, have you met the Vikings?
What's that?
I was gonna say, have you met the Vikings?
Right.
yeah. It's just you can't.
I don't think C.J. Stroud stands a chance against T.J. Watt in that defense.
No,
No.
I think he gives up his first interception of the year.
Yeah, that's the first. That's the last 1:00 game of the day, and it's a good matchup.
No, definitely not.
Give me the fucking Steelers.
Although the Steelers' offense has been anemic.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I just don't think that. I think it's gonna be a lot like. I think it's gonna be a lot like Las Vegas, where I don't think the Texans score enough points to beat the Steelers. It's gonna be another like
No.
16-12 fucking gritty fucking shitty Pittsburgh win that they do. Who you taking, Jake?
Yeah, Schittsburg. God, that hurt to say.
Raiders at the Chargers. Have the Bolts turned it around?
Dude, they didn't have their first turnover until last game. Give me the Chargers.
Takes the Bolts.
Bolt up, baby.
Hems.
Oh boy, give me the Chargers.
Bottles.
And a boy.
Yeah, I'll take the Bolts on that one. They got to beat the Raiders. The Raiders are bad, and Jimmy G's out. He's in concussion protocol. Patriots Cowboys. Do the Patriots sneak in?
I'm thinking.
Do they sneak a dub? Does Mac Jones prove that Dak Prescott is fucking mid?
0% chance. Cowboys take this
0%.
one. 0%.
0%.
As long as Micah Parsons is on that field, Not a chance of that
Okay,
happening.
I mean, what the fuck? You say that like Micah Parsons wasn't on the field in Arizona.
LOL.
I think that was a fluke. My catch-up week.
It's catch-up week. You've only gone against us on 2 picks, so. Cardinals 49ers. What if the Cardinals did it again?
No.
What if they did it again?
There's no chance.
No.
No,
The,
they're on
Zero.
the
the
road.
49ers
Zero.
are 14-point favorites.
Yeah,
Fucking.
they're on the road.
You just put James down for the Cardinals?
Because if he doesn't pick the Cardinals, he's stupid. Are you picking?
Over the
Oh, we all
49ers?
did. Wait, hold on. I meant to do Niners.
What are you doing?
I meant to do Niners. I just fucking. That's funny.
And you sounded so confident when you said, "Are you kidding?" And I'm like, no.
Chiefs Jets.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
There you go.
Ew.
Oh, God.
Okay, and then our nightcap, Seahawks, Giants. Giants actual favorites, 1.5 points.
Oh,
I'm gonna take the Giants this week.
the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm taking the Hawks too.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen.
Cool. All right. Well, that concludes our NFL section. We'll move on to college football and NHL preseason hockey as soon as we get back from our little break. Okay, college football. Some notable games this week. We're getting into conference play, so the big boys are starting to go to war. First of all, just because it's the top game in front of me right now, what the fuck was Pat McAfee doing picking Rutgers?
Who knows?
What?
It's
Even
I'm sure
Kirk,
he was doing it.
even Kirk Herbstreit didn't do that, and he went to Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know if he
I
was.
don't
Maybe
know.
he was just trying to be flashy. Like
Could
Pat
be.
McAfee knows football well enough to know that wasn't going to happen,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, he might have had like a girlfriend or something from Rutgers.
maybe that's plausible. The fucking spanking of the week: Oregon 42, Colorado 6. Welcome to the Pac-12, Colorado.
Right. That was an absolute shellacking.
Yeah, I mean, and have you guys seen the videos of like all the Colorado players talking shit before the game?
Oh yeah.
And then
Did you see the Oregon kid after the game throwing up the watch celebration?
yeah, and they were like stomping on the O in midfield and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, you guys just got here. What are you talking shit about?
Right.
Just got here. I used to say the same thing back when Ohio State used to thoroughly dominate the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. You know, I'd watch games where like Michigan would like run out on the field at the horseshoe and like throw their flag down on the O, and I'm like, you've done nothing to earn that, to like talk that shit. Like back it up first, then talk shit. But until then,
Right. And it looked like they all just forgot to show up.
no, I will give credit
No.
where credit is due. Dion took it like a man.
He did.
Now, question: do you think they bounce back, or you think they're?
I don't think they
Just,
bounce back
you know-
against USC.
Yeah, it's tough back to back.
Right. I mean, USC's better than Oregon.
Right.
You think USC gets them worse?
No, I think they'll bounce back in terms of like just being prepared. I genuinely think they were not prepared for the level of competition that Oregon brought. I think now they have a dose of like what real top 25 football is, and so they're prepared for that.
I still think they get
But I
blown
still
out.
think they lose by 3 scores. I just don't think they get the fucking doors blown off them like they did in Oregon. And I think they're home to USC too. So
I just seen. I believe they are.
I got it right here.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Tickets as low as $202 to go to a fucking college football game.
Wow.
Damn. Call that the Deion Sanders effect.
Yeah. Georgia played UAB. That must have been really hard for them. Still gave up 21 points.
I wonder if they tried for this one too.
Yeah, well, according to everybody on TikTok,
just that one guy.
No, a couple other people started jumping in and arguing with James.
No, one guy took James' side.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't tell me they don't try. They've got scholarships, NIL money. They got a chance going to the pros lane on the line. They're trying.
Right.
If they're not going to try, why play their starters?
Uh-huh. Right, and that if I'm playing, I'm using all these games as practice to get into the SEC. Because when you get into the SEC, it's going to be a gauntlet, and like even at the low level, like we talked last week about how the Big Ten's the better conference, but even at the low level, the SEC is still like everybody's going to give you their best shot. So like you should be using these games to like ensure you are a well-oiled machine going into conference play. So I'm just. We've talked about Georgia enough. I'm sick of it.
As it stands right now, the highest ranked team Georgia plays is 21st overall or 20th overall.
What a fucking sick schedule they have. Texas took care of Baylor
handily,
which they should. Florida State, Clemson, man, Clemson exposed Florida. Florida State has had a rough couple of weeks, man. They barely got by Boston College. And then they struggle. I mean, granted, they're in Death Valley, but I mean, still, you got to go in. You got to beat the break. You got to say we're the top dog in the ACC. Like that should have been a statement game for them. They should have come in. They should have fucking blown the roof off the place. Called it a day.
100%.
They made a statement. The statement was just we can be beat.
Yeah, the statement was we don't belong in the top 5. Arizona State, USC. Arizona State stuck around USC for way too long.
Yeah.
I thought this was a scathing review of USC as well, given that Arizona State's a bad team. 1-3, unranked, not good. To have them stick around. Game of the week, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Quite frankly, Ohio State didn't deserve to win that game. Notre Dame was the better team all around for 40 minutes. But
it's a win.
Well, that's what it comes down to. A win is a win. All that matters is what the score is when the fucking clock hits 0.
Listen, as a good team, you're gonna have ugly days, and on those ugly days, if you can still pull out a win, you take the win. Especially over a team like Notre Dame.
Right.
Who I'm not as mad this week with the rankings makers.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of did Notre Dame dirty. You dropped them to, what, 11?
10 or 11, yeah.
10 or 11?
Well, they were 9.
Yeah,
what do you think? You keep them at 9?
I keep them at 9. I mean, that was
a slugfest. It was supposed to be a slugfest.
Right.
But my point is, it was a 3-point game, and it came down to the very last play. You can't hold that against Notre Dame. They lost to another team in the top 10.
Right.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, in that situation, like, you've got to understand, like, that
I would have been
if anything solidifies where they're supposed to. I would have been happier if they jumped up a couple spots.
I would have been more than happy with them staying in the top 10. Like, I would not have bitched and moaned and been like a fucking one-loss team in the top 10 because basically
when Bama lost, they were still in the top 10.
Yeah, basically that was a 50-50 game, and that's what top 10 games should be. Top 10 games should be. We don't even know who's going to win this game until the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and they went from 9 to 11. Honestly, I think when they beat the fucking brakes off Duke, they'll jump back up a couple spots. But I mean, it's only. I mean, those games like that, really close games. Put it in perspective. Say that when it comes time to play the game, if Ohio State's number 2 and Michigan's number 1, and it's a 3-point game,
Mm-hmm.
you don't touch those. You don't touch it. It's proving that they deserve. That's proving why they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. My opinion, they should have either stayed or jumped up a spot.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
No, I totally agree. I think especially in matchups like that you don't deserve to drop. Like I don't think, looking at the top 25, I mean I could see Oregon and Notre Dame switching spots, like Oregon to 9, Notre Dame to 10. I don't think Utah's a better team than Notre Dame, and I don't think they think that Utah's a better team than Notre Dame.
I don't think they think general, but
it's tough sledding. I mean, USC did drop 3 spots, so
Washington had a first place vote.
Yes, they did. Florida State still had 3.
And Penn State had 0.
Ohio State only had 1. Michigan only. What's with the Big Ten hate?
We'll always have Big Ten hate.
Yeah, Texas gets 2 votes for number 1, and then Ohio State gets 1 vote for number 1 after beating a top 10 opponent. That doesn't make any sense.
I just want to take a second. The woman that runs Syracuse Post, please rescind your abilities to just be a part of the AP poll. Just rescind it. You don't need it. It's fine. You're gonna be okay. But you keep doing stuff like this, I'm gonna be standing outside the Syracuse Post with a picket sign. I am not impressed. You had Ohio State beat number 9 school, and she dropped them a spot.
Yeah, she's tripping.
Like, pardon me? She's. I mean, credit Chris too. She's got 2 Big Ten schools in the top 4. She's got Washington at 5, Texas at 6, Florida State at 8, which. But she's got Georgia, Michigan, Penn State, USC. Just give it up. Maybe it's time we walk away.
I could see Penn State up there.
I can't too. I'm not going to argue with the Penn State.
Did
I
beat
won't
a top
argue
25
with.
team 31-0.
Yeah, and I won't argue with Penn State, but you dropped Ohio State a spot. You have Texas at 6, USC at 4. Just
see, this doesn't make sense. This is where this doesn't make sense to me. This is where I get really confused, okay? So, Notre Dame plays a top 10 school in Ohio State, loses by 3. In the last second. Utah plays UCLA, who's a number 22 in the country. That's a good team. They win by 7.
Don't score in the second half.
Don't score in the second half, and they move ahead of the team that lost by 3 to a top 6 school. And it doesn't make any sense.
Who's now number 4?
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense.
That's why I've said that's my major gripe against the AP poll is none of it makes sense.
Yeah, and they dropped
0 cents.
They dropped Oregon State 5 places for losing by 3 to Washington State. But then
Washington State went up 5.
Yeah, they moved Washington State up 5. Nothing really else crazy. I mean, Duke played UConn. Like, I didn't even know UConn had a football team. So,
yeehaw.
Miami took care of Temple. Tennessee handled University of Texas San Antonio. Florida took care of Charlotte. Man, what a matchup.
You got any marquees this week?
I do. Utah and Oregon State.
Syracuse, Clemson.
Yeah, Syracuse, Clemson's a big one for us, but not for the rest of the world.
Right.
Two unranked schools. It's the marquee matchup.
It's a great time in my life right now, James. Syracuse is 4-0.
Till this week,
Utah's
yes.
at Oregon State. I think that's a good chance for Oregon State to pull themselves
And
back
Oregon
in it.
State's the favorite.
Yeah, Oregon State's a favorite, but Utah's a top 10. Whatever. I'm fucking done caring about it.
Yep.
Michigan 17-point favorites at Nebraska. Quite frankly, if they lose that game, I'm gonna
Oregon
take a week off the
27-point
podcast.
favorites.
Yeah.
Oregon, Penn State, both 27-point
Penn State
favorites
27
on
point
the
favorites.
road.
USC is a 3-point favorite, a 3-score favorite, which we said over under 73. I might take that under.
I might too.
Florida at Kentucky, sneaky good. Kentucky's a 1-point favorite. Florida's on the road at Kentucky. Kentucky's 4-0. That's a sneaky good game.
Did you all see that fucking catch?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I sent it
Dude.
to the group chat.
You did.
LOL, by the way, tickets to the Kentucky-Florida game, $69.
Nice.
Nice. Georgia finally faces their first real opponent in Auburn. Granted, I don't know what Auburn's done and who their one loss is to, but
No idea.
we'll see. I think if they play like they did against South Carolina, Auburn should take care of business.
I think I'm going to hammer the over in that game, though.
46.5.
Yeah.
Auburn's one loss is to Texas A&M, 27-10.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I mean, UGA is 14-point favorites, 14.5-point favorites.
UGA.
Texas home to Kansas. Kansas 4-0. Texas 4-0. But Texas is 16.5-point favorites. Over under 62.5. I take the over in that one too.
Yep.
So we like a 45-40 game. Missouri at Vanderbilt's trash. LSU Ole Miss should be a good matchup. I hope Lane Kiffin gets his head out of his fucking ass. He disappointed me last week. Duke and Notre Dame is like the marquee matchup of the week because that's where game day's going. Or Notre Dame at Duke. Notre Dame's 5.5-point favorites. You think that
Duke's
Notre Dame's
got a chance to show that they're real?
I was gonna say, you think Notre Dame's gonna beat the brakes off of them? I don't know.
I don't think they're going
It's
to
going
beat
to be a
the
little bit
brakes off
closer
them,
than.
but I think it's probably a mid 2-score game. Not like a full 2-score game.
Like a 10-point game?
10, 11-point game, yeah. I could see like a 28-17 or.
I hope Tennessee beats South Carolina by 25 points so I can just use that as a screenshot against every Georgia fan. Mississippi State, Alabama. Alabama should take care of business there. This one's, I mean, Washington's 18-point favorites, but I don't know. There's something about this that sticks out to me. I feel like now that Arizona is getting brought into the Big 12, they're trying to like show themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Could be a good game. What else you watched at 10 o'clock at night, you know? And then
Right.
the darling in the fucking dressing room, the fuck Syracuse University, let's go with this random school out of the Mountain West, Fresno State Bulldogs, hosting the Nevada, fucking Mountain Cats? What the fuck is their nickname? Wolfpack. That was way off. 66-14 loss to USC, 33-6 loss to Idaho, 31-24 loss to Kansas, and 35-24 loss to
ranked?
Texas State. What?
Kansas is now ranked and they lost by 7.
The Texas State Bobcats? They're a real
3-1.
school? Oh. Look at them. And
Yeah, I don't.
Syracuse has Clemson at noon.
Yes, they do.
in Syracuse. Clemson's the favorite.
Tickets as low as $50.
Are we going to
Not
go to
gonna
that
lie.
Boston College game?
I want to. It's in November, right? It's a Friday night.
Yeah, it's like the first Friday in November, I think.
Yeah, I would like to go.
James?
I don't know why. This Kansas Texas game sticking out to me.
Kansas and Texas?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, 16.5 point spread or favorite is I think that's too much.
I think so too.
Texas Tech is an 8-point favorite despite being 1-3 against Houston.
Who is 2-2?
Probably because the game's in Lubbock. Go fucking UCF Knights, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game with Kansas State was a lot closer than it looked.
Yeah. Now that's how college is sometimes, man. Like it's like tight, and then the depth really shows itself in the fourth quarter, and that's when the better team pulls away.
Yeah, it was
Michigan, Ohio State last
27-27,
year.
I think, if I'm not
What's that?
mistaken.
Michigan, Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
That was a game until like 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I know. I was telling my dad because he was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "That score is not reflective of that game."
No.
I was like, "That game was stressed." You can ask Nico. Nico was right next to me the whole time. I was stressed the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just were like, "Oh right, we're better."
Right.
Although, did you see? I hate the sign, but I can't help but laugh at it. College game day sign that said, "I would make a joke about Ohio State, but Michigan's done it the last 2 years."
Really?
I was
did
just
not
like,
see that.
It
And
hurt,
now
but
to
it's
the
true.
only sport that we all agree on.
I am holding off while this page loads because I really want genuinely raw reactions to this because we all know hockey. We all
Yes,
like
we
the
do.
same team. So
Yes.
and it's ESPN, which has successfully pissed us off across like 3
Daily.
sports now.
Wholeheartedly.
And quite frankly, I picked ESPN because I think ESPN out of all of the sports media is the most ignorant to hockey.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's see what they have. The NHL Power Rankings way too early edition for 2023-2024. This came out on June 15th, but we're going to go with it. Number 1 is Vegas. It's hard to argue with that because they won the Stanley Cup. I am a big proponent of you're the champion until you're not the champion, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Fair, yeah.
Number 2 makes you want to fucking throw up.
Absolutely.
The New Jersey Devils.
Ugh.
Did they re-sign Timo Meier?
I believe so.
Is he still alive?
Timo Meier.
What?
I know what he's saying.
Last time I seen him, he was face down on the ice.
Yeah, he got re-signed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
Got hit by a Trouba train.
True.
So we'll see. I don't know. Like, having seen what I saw with the Rangers, it could be the similar situation where like they were like a year ahead and then they're going to regress and then come back. Either way, the Metropolitan Division is still a fucking gauntlet. So,
Absolutely.
the Colorado Avalanche, I'm cool with them being at 3 because they should get everybody back.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're fully healthy, I quite frankly think they're number 1. Because holy shit.
Without a doubt.
The Dallas Stars. I get it.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. I get it, but I just feel like they're kind of like. It's a good example.
Like they've got.
I feel like they're like the Minnesota Twins. Like the Twins always make the playoffs, but they never do fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Packers.
with a
Packers outside of that 1 year they won with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
They're gonna be in the playoffs. They're just never gonna win it.
Yeah, like that's the Stars. Like they have a good roster. They are going to probably compete for their division. They'll probably be in one of the top 3 slots. I just don't think they're going to do anything. So I mean, I guess when it comes to power rankings, that doesn't matter. But
Right.
I don't know.
Clearly, power rankings don't fucking matter.
Well, no, I just mean like I don't think they give a shit if you like are gonna. Actually, they did. Conference final loss. I guess they got pretty far last year.
Yeah.
I think this is way too high for the Bruins.
Absolutely.
Way too high. Number 5. I mean, what the fuck?
You clicked on Linus
I know.
Ullmark.
I don't need to see his stats. I know what he's capable of. Number 1, goaltending is streaky. I don't know if Linus Ullmark has another year like that in him. And number 2, what was it? Marchand left. He retired. Not Marchand.
No, Marchand.
Bergeron retired. Marchand's the new captain, and they got Pasta. They lost a bunch of Brittany was telling me they lost a bunch of key pieces. And I don't think that they re-signed Jeremy Swayman. I mean, he proved himself to be a relevant goalie. Why wouldn't he go try and be a starter somewhere? I mean, the Ducks need a fucking goalie.
Re-signed.
Did it say that? It's a restricted.
Is he not?
He's a restricted free agent. I don't think he's
right there.
Where?
He avoids arbitration.
Oh, in 1 year, 3.
Or that was before a last.
2 months ago, Swayman nets 1 year, $3.475 million deal in arbitration.
Yeah.
All right.
So they just re-signed him for.
All right.
For nothing.
The Carolina Hurricanes, they're the same as the Dallas Stars to me. They're going to be good. They're going to compete for the division. They're going to get to the conference semifinal and then lose in 7 games. And I think it's because of their offense. Like they're throw as many pucks at the net style. Like it just doesn't work in the postseason where everything's so tight.
Yeah.
That they don't get the rebounds that they get in the regular season. Quite frankly, the Edmonton Oilers should always be the number 1 team. Like, how do you have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and not have a Stanley Cup yet?
Exactly. It's because they're non-existent after that.
Yeah, their team is nobody. I don't even. What do they have? They have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They have Darnell Nurse. They have Evander Kane, and then Stuart Skinner. And net, which I think he should be their main netminder. I think it'll be Campbell again because they paid him so much money, but
yeah, it will be.
I'm sick and fucking tired of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Also,
we know how you feel about
while we're on it, I just want to say that it felt extra good on Monday night to hear those Eagles chants in Tampa. That's what that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. When you are in a town, and the same thing happens for the Lightning. When you are in a town and you're such fake fucking fans that your arena, your home arena and stadium can sell out to the opposing fucking team, you're trash. Fuck Tampa.
Love Tampa.
What?
I didn't say nothing. Nico, did you say something?
With that being said, anybody who's listening to this, we will be having open tryouts for the third host of Short, Fat, and Balding. So
requirement is you must be balding.
Yeah, requirement is you must be balding and or
I know 2 people
wear a cap.
that can fit in perfectly.
They're old too, man. I just don't know if I put them in the
Your
top
brother.
10.
First of all, not my brother. Because you know how my brother's gonna be. He's gonna fucking penguins.
Yeah. Fucking loser.
The Florida Panthers.
Fuck you.
Do not deserve to be that high.
No, and I mean this pisses me off. Like this.
No shit.
This I think I would put Toronto at 10, the Rangers at 11, and the Islanders at 12. I'm not saying the Rangers are a top 10 power team. I don't think they are. It depends. It depends on what Peter Laviolette can get out of the kids. If he can, because they say in here, who will the Rangers target to bolster their offense and get faster? But first of all,
We got Wheeler.
if Wheels can do anything, granted, I think this was before we got Wheeler because this is June.
Yeah, has to be.
Let me see if I can find a more recent one. August 21st.
Yeah, that one sounds about right. Check Bar Down. They're probably the best ones to ask about fucking hockey.
I think this is the one. September 21st. All right. This is literally this
perfect.
week. So, yes, the Sharks at 32.
Yep.
They're so
Absolutely.
bad. They are young, though, and they have lots of talent. We'll see what they do. And do I want Trevor Zegras to be relevant and good?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot Alex Killorn went to Anaheim.
He did.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But they're also really, really bad. The West is bad. Actually out west, like California West is bad. The Flyers continue to be a gong show. I don't think they'll be good with Tortorella. I don't think he's capable of building a franchise. I think he needs to be handed a good team. Columbus is in shambles.
They really are.
After the Mike
Adam
Babcock
Fantilli,
thing. What's that?
Adam Fantilli is gonna.
Well, yeah, and they have Patrick Laine.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard show. Fuck the Blackhawks, man.
True.
That's not fair. How do you go from Patrick Kane and fucking Jonathan Taves and then go get Connor Bedard? So fucking. Why can't? Never mind.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna get on a soapbox and
Montreal.
Cole Caulfield.
Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki.
Yeah. It's weird to see the. I mean, I know he's been out because he's been out for a bit because he was injured and stuff like that. But it just still it's weird for me to see the Canadians without Carey Price in their net.
Yeah.
But dude, the Yotes, man, I want the Yotes to be good because I want them to stick it to Arizona. You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah.
But they're just not. Hello? Bleacher Report? I'm doing a podcast. It's not great for you to do this to me. Oh, fuck off. If I wanted your newsletter, I would say, I want your newsletter.
Sign me up.
Yeah, the Blues are bad.
Yep, they fell apart after their cup year.
The Canucks shouldn't be bad, but they are.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. Poor Ovi, man.
Cats. Poor Ovi.
I wonder, I don't think he will, but I always wonder if he would just sign with a contender, kind of like Patrick Kane did, and just to try. Yeah. The Red Wings are on the up and up.
They are. DeBrincat.
They did go get DeBrincat.
More excited.
Which. All right,
They've got some
better.
pieces there.
This is better. I like seeing this. Matthew Barzal.
Yeah, and
did they say they still have Kyle Okposo, right? The Islanders?
I believe so, yeah.
He's a gritty little bastard. Or is he with Buffalo?
No shit.
I think he's.
Ooh.
I don't know who he's with.
I don't know.
Predators. I mean, I'm interested to see what Barry Trotz can do as a GM. I know that's what he's wanted for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he did really well as a coach, so we'll see if that translates. They did. Yeah, the Senators signed Tarasenko, which makes me sad. I really wanted to re-sign him.
It's only a 1 year. I'm not too worried about it, but I love Tarasenko.
Yeah, I thought he fit in really, really well. And he just had so much synergy with Panarin.
He always did.
I agree with the take that Bleacher Report has. As long as the Jets have Connor Hellebuyck, they have a chance.
Oh yeah.
The Flames. Stop it.
You're actually joking right now.
Every time. The timer. The Flames. The Flames are. I mean, they have Nazem Kadri and they have a good core, but I just feel like Calgary's like Buffalo, man. Like they just do everything in their power to be good but lose.
Mm-hmm.
And they got rid of Daryl Sutter. So I mean, who knows? Buffalo. I think Buffalo honestly is on the up and up. I think they're going to compete in the division for like not a wild card, but for like an actual spot. Especially with
I
that
also didn't
fucking
realize how fucking massive Tage Thompson is.
yeah. Especially with Levi, dude. Levi's good.
Oh yeah, the goalie.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, granted, he did debut against the Rangers, and that's the best way to start your career for a rookie goalie.
Absolutely.
Erik Karlsson, yeah, I forgot he signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That doesn't seem fair. We all want the Wild to be good because our boys there.
I think James is checked out.
Yeah. Good night, James.
I'm here.
I said we all want Minnesota to succeed because our boy is there.
Oh yeah. Anything for Zook.
Yeah. He is like single-handedly making Kirill Kaprizov like the best forward in the league. You see how many fucking assists he had last year?
Yeah.
Boston Bruins, that seems like a fair rank.
Yeah.
With the exit of Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci, that was the other one.
And Krejci, I
forgot. I knew they lost somebody else. I couldn't think of who it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's now Pasta's team.
Yep.
The Florida Panthers.
Florida outside the top 10, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm going to keep the Panthers in relevancy for as long as they have Matty Tkachuk, because that dude's a fucking gamer.
And fucking Verhaeghe.
Yep. Radko Gudas.
Yep. Tampa Bay outside the top 10.
They should be. They're old as fuck, dude. Steve Stamkos is old. They got rid of Alex Killorn. Even Vassey's old. I mean, granted, he's still the best, but he's old. New York Rangers at 10.
All right.
I'll allow it. I mean, there's question marks for sure.
Yeah.
The fucking Kraken, man. My number 2. My fucking boys out there in Seattle.
Hell yeah.
Go fucking the resurgence of Jordan Eberle, man.
Yeah, dude.
What's his fucking name that does the funny headshot every year? Brandon Tanev.
Oh, fucking Tanev, yeah.
Yeah, he's so good. It's just I like them because they almost like they're like your dream team in terms of like their team. Like they're like, we don't really have, all we have is like Jordan Eberle, but like we don't care. And because they beat teams last year just by being good at the fundamentals. They didn't rely on star power, which I like.
Exactly.
And they have sexy unis.
Yeah, they do. I love everything about their color palette. I didn't know Cam signed with the Kings.
Yeah.
All right. So the fucking Goalbusters in LA. Who do we I think he's better than Phoenix Copley, but
yeah, absolutely.
I'll always respect Cam for what he did in 2014.
I don't agree with this.
The Avalanche at 7?
Yeah.
I think it's just because they don't know how they avoided it, but it's like you don't know how he's going to be because he blew out his whole fucking knee. So like is this going to be the Gabriel Landeskog we all know and love, or is it going to be a Gabriel Landeskog that's a step slower and a step, it depends. That makes a difference because Nathan McKinnon is not as good if Gabriel Landeskog isn't as good, and it's weird. They're not even on the same line.
Yeah, but they still have fucking Kale McCarr.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much him or Adam Fox for who's going to win the Norris every year.
Yep.
The Knights, getting Aiden Hill in the net for them was mega. Having stability in net is a big difference for them. I think they're the team to beat out of the West, assuming
100%. No,
they did add Bertuzzi. Oh, fuck,
they did, but
dude, Ilya Samsonov, man. And they re-signed Austin Matthews. They went out and got Tyler Bertuzzi, dude. Toronto's looking. It's just their Toronto, which is why we're like, no. You know, like
Right.
that's really what it comes down to. It's just because they're
It's
Toronto.
like, we know what.
We're like, yeah, they're gonna have 102 points and lose in the first round. It's what Toronto does.
Yeah.
The two fucking best fucking players in the world in the same team.
Right.
It's just so stupid.
It really is.
This would be like putting LeBron James with Dame Lillard. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Parsing words about their futures. Draisaitl is signed for 2 more years, McDavid for 3. I don't think either of them re-sign with the Oilers.
After their current contract,
I would honestly sell my soul for Connor McDavid to sign in New York. He won't.
He won't.
But I'd sell my soul for it. I really would.
Why won't he?
Dude, people like him don't sign with New York.
No, not at all. Without giving up the farm, there's no way we can.
knowing that franchise's luck, dude, he'll sign with fucking Chicago just because he wants to see Connor Bedard be good.
Right. Dallas I
at
can agree
3.
with. They've got some fucking weapons up down there.
They have a top 5 goalie. They
have fucking Jake Ottinger. They've got fucking
Josh
Miro
Robinson.
Josh Robertson.
Yeah. Miro
Yeah,
Heiskanen,
and fucking Miro Heiskanen. He's gonna make a case for the fucking Norris here soon.
What's the other forward they have? I know they have Joe Pavelski as like a fucking.
Yeah, it's like the old head, but
there's a young guy they have too that's good. Besides,
it's Robertson.
It's not. It's besides Josh Robertson. I can't think of what his name is. Devils at 2, dude. Come on.
No.
If they get Hellebuck, are they gonna get Hellebuck?
No way they go. No way.
I don't know, bro.
So
I just
put it 1.
They're just so young that I just don't know. That's where it comes down to. They're fast as all hell, and they're good.
Right.
But I just don't know. There's just question marks for me.
1?
But man, we Carolina.
Yes.
Which like Carolina's won the fucking division like every year, so like I get it.
Yeah, but they have nothing to show for it either.
Right. It says 3 straight division titles have yielded 1 Final Four berth.
Right.
Where Dallas is good but underappreciated, Carolina Hurricanes are good but underachieving. Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't think that their offense, the offensive style that they play, yields results in the postseason.
Not at all.
Like you have defenses collapsing on the net, they're not going to give up the rebounds, and the goalies they're just not. They play different. Everything's different. Like Igor in the regular season plays spread out. He kicks pucks out to the side. He tries to play the puck, and in the postseason, he just shuts everything down.
Yeah, 100%.
There is no such thing as a rebound off Igor Shesterkin in the postseason unless it's a fucking farce. You know,
right.
But I mean, overall, besides the Devils, and that's just because I've explained myself 5 times. I just think that
it's Rupe Hintz. Rupe Hintz is the guy we're thinking of.
For Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got to figure out this whole Connor Hellebuck thing. I did not hear that rumor. First of all, get the fuck out of here, Microsoft Bing. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't ever want you to get to Google. So options. They're going to give him Akira Schmid? 3 goals.
I don't know. Then he should have.
Yeah. He's a UFA after this season, and both the New Jersey Devils and the Winnipeg Jets are up against the salary cap, making it lucky the contracts for work. Includes VTech Vanacek along with sweeteners depending on what the going market reaches. Fucking Vamelka, our boy.
Carroll. Or Carell. However the fuck. I'm still going with fucking Carroll.
That's a lot of speculation. I don't think that I'm not scared anymore. That scared me at first, but that's a lot of things have to come to fruition for that to occur.
Right.
Because the last thing I need is a talented fucking roster in front of a fucking talented goalie that's gonna. You'd think that would be the fucking recipe for success in New York, but it seems not to be.
Right.
This is really hard to
'Cause they
win.
don't add any fucking defense.
Well, it's really hard to win when you only score 2 fucking goals a game.
Yeah.
Because as good as Igor is, you can't stop them all. And the biggest issue is they give up so many shots. I mean, the Rangers give up like 40 fucking shots a game.
I mean, Lindgren's out there blocking fucking 97 a year.
Oh.
I fucking love Ryan Lindgren.
All right. Well, that concludes the little preseason review. Hockey starts in 14 days. Preseason's already started. A proper heads up to our viewers: once hockey gets going, it will be an every week discussion.
Every single week.
At least the New York Rangers. But yeah. So, what did you guys learn today?
I should have listened to you guys.
Could you elaborate on that?
Nope. You guys will get it.
Okay.
I don't think we will.
Say I don't get it.
College football. I should have listened to you guys.
Oh, you should have watched it before?
Yes.
Yeah. It's fucking lit.
Yeah, they play harder, I guess. I don't know how to word it. Like, there's much more on the line for them, so they...
Well, that, and it's
Right.
it's just the whole fucking, the pomp and circumstance. Like, there's like an aura to college football because there's so much tradition. It's way older than the NFL. The teams, they're more regional. The people that are there, like, it's their identity. But anyways, so Nico's learned that he should have watched college football. James.
I learned that trying to make picks based on catching up is not good for catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hope you're ready.
I only told you that last week, but okay.
It's fine. Been better lesson learned last week, but what are you gonna do, you know?
Fair.
I got 6 games and 13 weeks to do it. I can do it.
I learned that the NFL truly is any given Sunday.
The Cardinals learned that too.
I mean, a couple of the losses were just like, you double check your ESPN app to make sure that it's the right alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Broncos.
Yeah. Like the Broncos were going to lose that game, but by 50, no.
Yeah,
nobody saw 50
So-
coming.
If you would have said they won 50-0, I would have found that more believable.
Yeah, honestly.
Right.
Like, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean that, and that Tyreek Hill uses Madden to scout his opponents. Those are the things that I learned.
Gotta sound like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Last night I learned that the Bengals defense is indeed a threat.
Oh, fun fact, and I know that I texted you guys about this, but I just want to let people in the pod sphere know. Do me a favor and just go Google the University of Minnesota's helmets, because
they are a spectacle.
if you have ever wanted to find, like, if you ever thought to yourself, like, what would make me the least intimidating football team on earth, just go Google those helmets. They look like the football game.
Minnesota. I won't say it.
The
but
fucking fighting Chuck E. Cheese's, baby. Let's fucking go. They tell me, I was like giggling at myself, but I like legit. It looks like a Buc-ee's logo.
yeah, it really does.
Like, it looks like the helmet's gonna pop up and be like, "Hi, kids!" Fucking, it's ridiculous. Anyways,
Before we go, give me your sexiest uniform in the NFL right now.
in the NFL,
he's only saying this because of the Bengals whiteout jerseys.
it's not the Bengals whiteout jerseys. It's the Kelly Greens.
It's the Bengals whiteout jerseys.
It's not.
It's the Chargers powder blues.
And you know.
That is exactly how I thought that was going to go.
By the way, you know my issue with the Bengals whiteout jerseys.
Oh my God, we're not talking about that.
You know my issue, and I will stand by that issue.
I know. Travis. There's an issue with it. I know.
Anyways, Kelly Greens all day.
Powder blues.
Come on, James, say it.
Respectfully.
When my orange team wears white, I love it.
Helmets. That's what gets me.
Yes, when
So
my
that's- that
when my Bengals, Bengali tiger wears white.
All right, give me your sexiest college uniform then.
Sexiest college
It's
uniform?
Oregon, and it's not even close.
Well, I mean, the selection is Oregon, but this year it's like Florida International or Florida Atlantic with those fucking Miami Vice jerseys.
yeah, the Miami jerseys. I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Ohio State's black jerseys.
Jesus Christ, dude, they're so
The black-
basic.
Oh my fucking god!
They're so basic. Do you seriously? Did you really just come in here and say just start a sexy jersey debate and then say I pick a white and a black jersey? I actually can't stand you.
My god!
I just think it looks
You
clean.
know what? No. You know what? I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna go with the jerseys that Notre Dame was wearing Sunday night
The Kelly
or
Greens.
Saturday night. Yes, the Kelly Greens.
Yeah.
I like those with that chrome gold helmet.
Yeah, those are dope.
Those were sick.
Yeah,
My
those
favorite
were
jersey
sick.
of all time remains to be the Oregon yellow jersey, the yellow and green one. But
Mm-hmm.
those were nice. I
I
did like those.
They're chrome helmets.
That's
And
fair.
Oregon had the chromes.
I did used to like the Boise State jerseys when they had like the big ass
When they
horse.
had the blue field.
Yeah, and they had the big ass horse on their helmet that took up like the whole ass helmet, and it was like a chrome orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit was nice.
Yep.
I'm a sucker
agree.
for matte helmets. By the way, I've learned
True.
anybody who rocks a matte helmet, I'm like that's cool.
Weren't the Bucks wearing a matte helmet last night?
No,
Or then who am I?
but
Somebody was wearing
the
a matte helmet
Vikings
this week.
helmet is matte. It's matte purple.
Then that might have been who I was thinking of. Those were sick fucking.
Those are
helmets.
sick.
Yeah, they are nice. And then there's an Oregon one where they wear that's like matte forest green, and then the feathers are chrome.
Mm-hmm. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that shit's nice.
So the guy that owns Nike went to Oregon, right?
Yeah, he invented Nike at Oregon, so like they have a carte blanche
Right.
on what they can wear.
I remember back when Mariota was there. I
Slate.
don't know if it's still the same way now, but when Mariota was there, they were wearing like different jerseys every week.
They literally do.
They still do.
Jesus.
They have a pink
Nike's
jersey.
headquarters is on the fucking Oregon campus.
These shits, bro.
Yeah. I'm a
Those
big fan of
black
those
ones right
black
there.
neons though.
These are their officials. The yellow ones
Yeah,
are
I'm a
dope.
big
That
fan of
yellow
those.
is sick.
I'm a big fan of
What's
that
that?
dark green with the neon.
What's that one picture next to it on the left?
It's
This
the
one?
dark green and the neon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
Yeah,
almost
this
like
is-
Dallas's
Are you
jersey.
kidding me?
That's almost like the Stars jersey.
Yeah, the Stars alternate.
I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie to you. I think if presented the opportunity, I would sign with Oregon just for the jerseys.
That's why. That's one of the
Like
recruiting
that one right
tactics.
there, right that
Bro,
one.
these are
that one.
literal
Nope.
ducks.
Yes,
And they got the orange masks too.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Pink ones are
Anyway.
dope. Yeah, no,
Before we
Oregon
get too
Oregon
far.
like Oregon changed the game for jerseys
Mhm.
because other schools started trying to compete by unveiling these crazy alternate jerseys. But have you
Yeah.
seen? I think I sent you guys the TikTok of it,
You did,
but
I believe.
yeah, these shits, dude. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me? FIU, that's Florida International.
Florida International. Yeah, it's not Florida Atlantic.
Yeah. They unveiled it on a Lambo, bro. Like, the dude literally gets out the car and he's like, check out the New Jersey.
Yeah, sick.
Like, you can't.
Now
they-
was that like a special
go on-
for like
we
a
could go
special
on
game, or is that like
No, that's their
all
new.
alternate all
This is
year?
like their new alternate all year. They even have like the palm trees and shit. Like this is their uniform or their field this year. Like this is like their color scheme for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. And I am a slut for Miami Vice. Like those colors,
True.
I sign me
Yeah.
up every time.
Absolutely.
Every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And to have like the Miami skyline in the background with the palm trees, dude,
Love it.
Could go out there and lose every game by 40.
still look cool.
Still don't fucking matter.
Nope, don't matter. Those are hot.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Yep.
But
The 305. Bro,
dude,
if fucking if Pitbull doesn't have one of these jerseys, I swear to God.
they better give him one.
Yeah, just
because.
give him this helmet.
Yeah. Have the team sign it. Here you go.
It's a 305. All right. We're rambling. We're at 2 hours.
We are.
All right.
So
It's bedtime.
It is bedtime. I'll catch you guys next week, and we'll see where we're at for our picks. Everybody enjoy your week of deportes, and be sure to follow us on our social medias: Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. All
Whatever you prefer.
yeah, whatever you prefer. All the same name at shortfatbaldpod. Interact with the podcast via email. shortfatbaldpod@yahoo.com.
That's the one.
And also, you can message us on Spotify. You can leave comments on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also do polls every week. Be sure to share with your friends. Be sure to let us know what you think. Anything helps. Everything helps. Tell your dad to listen to us. Tell your mom to listen to us. Tell her that we swear, so she doesn't get mad at you. And yeah, we'll get diving into it. We got the Olympic prep coming up. We're going to get into some other stuff. So as the year goes on, we're going to dive into everything a little bit deeper. We got basketball on its way, college basketball, and yeah. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
It was basketball.
College basketball, at least. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen. It was a pleasure.
As always.
And we'll catch you next time.
Arrivederci.
Bye-bye.
Ow.